this school is the first place I ever felt accomplishment. I felt seeing them in kindergarten all the way through seniors. And then they come back after college. And of course I can't remember their name or anything like that because I taught 5 of those kids in that family. I don't know how Block does it. He remembers everybody. But here it is. This kid walks back in and I go, wow. It just takes my breath away to see success like that. It's kind of funny how I'm still in contact with a lot of them. And now I'm teaching what they call, well, I like to call grand students, the children of children I taught. So yeah, there's a joy here. And that's why I like graduation. There's a feeling of, I've worked in a factory all my life, putting on the right front tire. There goes the next kid, there goes the next kid. And then when I see him at graduation, I haven't seen him in 6 years, and you go, oh my God, look at that. He has facial hair. He's a foot taller, all like that. And it's just amazing, and they come up to you and they crush you when they were this belly high when I had them. So I can imagine what a kindergarten teacher must think, or if they can recognize them. And that sold it for me to come here, was the idea. Well, we were told we had to go to graduation. Man, I wouldn't miss it for anything. It's corny to say it's the kids, but it's the ability to influence so many, is to have an effect on so many kids. And you never know what it's going to be, what they will pull away from you.
I think Mr. Lombardi. Fort Worth Country Day.
Grant, how old do you think Mr. Lombardi is?
Maybe 62 or something. Like 120.
Who is older?
Me. Oh.
How old do you think Mr. Lombardi is?
Love the guy, but I'm gonna have to say late 50s, maybe like 60 at most.
I think they're the same age.
Yeah. And how old would that
They're, well,
be?
53. Well, actually, I think Country Day is probably older than Mr. Lombardi.
I love when the kindergarten kids come the first time or second time or third time to the lower school library, and it's amazing what kind of books they want. All right, I would think a kindergarten student would want a book about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, sharks, snakes, but they ask for things like, I want a book about a porcupine fish, or a beluga whale, or Marian Anderson, or Annie Taylor. And if you don't know who those women are, look them up because they're interesting. But seriously, I'm like, where does a kindergarten, a 5-year-old, know about Marian Anderson or a porcupine fish? It always amazes me. But the best story is a little girl that came in and she wanted a book about a dinosaur. So I said, do you want a storybook? Because I was thinking Danny and the Dinosaur or something like that. And she said, no, I want facts about a dinosaur. Okay, come over here, here's all of our dinosaur books. And she sat on the floor and spent a lot of time looking at those dinosaur books. Finally, she picked one out and came to check it out. And I said, wow, you spent a lot of time looking at those books. Why did it take you so long? Well, I'm going to be a paleontologist when I grow up, and these are my books for research. And I thought, you know what, that shows what kind of student this school attracts, because it's not just the whale book that they want or the shark book. They want serious type of subjects, and I find that just a lot of fun. Every year it's a different kind of topic. I did mention the campus before, but driving onto this campus every morning, leaving the concrete highways and streets and strip malls outside and coming onto this beautiful tree-lined street, seeing God's nature and the wildlife, the squirrels, the wild turkeys. I did have an experience with something in a trash can though, outside of lower school. I was walking by and there was something alive in that trash can. And I backed away, ran back into lower school and called security and said, there is something in that trash can. Well, it was a raccoon. But I've also seen roadrunners, which I love. And so starting with the campus, it just feels like a community. But the people here, I have been through some very hard times during this 20 years. And this community has gathered around me with meals and cards and hugs and encouragement. So from the students to the faculty and staff who have supported and encouraged me, to the parents. These parents are a great set of people. And I know you're telling me that you're thanking me to work here for 20 years, but I'm thanking you for the opportunity to work here for 20 years. And the saying is in the Bible that says, to those who are given much, much is required. And I feel like I have been given much, and I just hope that I have given back as much as the school has given me.
Well, I always say that you can't have a bad day in first grade, and every day something happens that you don't expect, whether it's pulling their tooth and losing it and you spend hours looking for it so the tooth fairy can come, or a story that they tell about their family that you're like, okay, that's enough, you don't have to tell all the details. Just spending time with them, because every day they love to learn something, and we laugh a lot and we have tears. Well, I've been doing this, as we said, for 25 years at Fort Worth Country Day, so I think that the beauty of this campus is where it begins. So when you drive in the morning, even if you're in a hurry and you're trying to get here on time, and you just drive past the pond and see the ducks swimming and sometimes someone fishing early in the morning, the sun coming up across the campus, it's a beautiful place. And in our lower school, I think that we create something new in that building every day, even though we're one of the older buildings on campus. But the building is just what it is because of the children who are there. So I love coming here every day.
Okay, is it a squad, a gaggle, a group, or a cast?
Squad, a gaggle. A flock? I would say flock.
Pass.
Flock.
Pass.
I think just knowing that I can serve children in a positive way is one of the things that has made it so special. I've grown here. I've become who I am here, you know, considering this has been my whole adult life. That means a lot and has meant a lot. It's been some of the happiest years of my life.
You know, this is 30 years, but, you know, and the school's been 50 plus in existence, but, you know, we got a lot that we can do here. I told my players during a time and during a period during the season when we were struggling that don't be afraid to be great. And what I meant by that was step out on a limb, step out on faith. And I'm saying that to Country Day. We can be the leaders, not only just in this community, but also throughout the nation as it pertains to education, diversity, and just overall culture in a program that can be dynamic. I foresee this happening. We've had some wonderful leaders throughout the course of this school's history, each one putting their stamp on the advancement of this school. And I see nothing but great things. It's truly remarkable to be at a place like Country Day, and I'm not just sugarcoating this. I really believe that. I am thankful that they took a chance on me as a student. Thankful that they took a chance on me as a coach and a PE teacher as we moved through, and an administrator. And I think this is the best way that I can pay them back, and that's just to serve and do the best I can as a member of this wonderful staff and community. Lastly, everyone in here, I want you to stand up. Yeah, go ahead and stand up. This is maybe off script. Sandra, I'm sorry. We gotta say one thing together. Let's fire it up!